Every once in a while, you will find, you will be given, or you will purchase a coin that is special. Now, when I say purchase, I mean you'll see someone selling something and you'll notice something about it that they don't. That's happened to me several times with following penny auctions because I know quite a bit about penny errors. So when I see one, I'll follow it, and if I'm lucky, I'll get it cheap. So I was given this penny by my cousin Randy yesterday because he knows that I collect pennies, and he said when he was going through um, his pennies, he noticed one was different, and he put in a little baggie for me, and he gave it to me. And as soon as I saw it, I knew a couple things about it. Number one, I noticed it was a proof. Number two, I noticed it was too yellow. So the first thing that hit me in my head was that it's a lamination error. So they have a error called the brassy scent, or the brassy plating. And I guess I call it a brassy scent instead of brassy plating because when I think about plating, I think more about a clad scent. Okay, so I'm going to show a couple things. So lamination errors are known for being over or underweight. So the first thing I wanted to do was weigh it. And it's 3.41 grams, which is significantly out of tolerance. For copper pennies, it's a 1964 Philadelphia proof. So for copper pen, which should weigh 3.11 grams. So out of tolerance for a copper penny is 0.12 grams. So from 3.11, 3.14 is out of tolerance. Maybe even some people might even consider 3.24 is out of tolerance, too high, and then below would be 2.98 or 2.97. So that's 0.12 grams out of tolerance from 3.11 grams. So the scale's a little. 3.41 grams is 0.3 grams out of tolerance. And that is a lot to be out of tolerance. Now, of course, some of you out there are going to find overweight pennies that are 3.5 grams, 3.6 grams, 3.7 grams. Yes. But 3.41 grams is very out of tolerance. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So what does this mean? I'm going to show some examples of overweight. That means it was struck on a planchet, which means it came from the sheet metal, that there was something wrong with it. Right. The way the copper was mixed, they did something wrong. It was improper, and it came out, in this case, too heavy. So let's take a good little look at it. For those of you who are interested, this penny was found in circulation. So another myth that I would like to dispel is the fingerprint. myth. There's no fingerprints on this. And this thing is super duper shiny. It's been touched a million times and is, and it looks fine. It's and a proof scent also that is in circulation. It really held its luster, right? I mean, you could tell from a mile away that it is a proof scent. And you can see has various things going on. It also has oh, look at that. You know what? I have to be honest with you. Let me look at this under the loop. I didn't check this out before. So I'm thinking that the Planchet was too large. And as a result of the Planchet being too, I see that there. As a result of the Planchet being too large, what is that? I didn't even notice that. Hold on a second. I'm going to talk while I'm looking at this. This is very, very odd. Okay, so I've never seen anything like this before. It looks like, I can't tell. It almost looks like it's a second coin or something around it, which wouldn't make sense because on the other side of it, it looks, I think it's okay. I can't tell. I really can't tell. There's something super duper odd about this. Super duper odd about the extra metal around the edge there. It almost looks like another coin pressed around the edge. Okay, so anyway, so it has a strike error. It has an extra, has an overweight Planchet error, has a lamination error, and it's a proof. So there's a lot of things going on with this coin. So you can find many videos online from people who really they're not they're not into understanding numismatics and coin errors, and they'll just say, "Oh, this is a very," and what they'll show you coins from other people, and it's just clickbait. This is, on my channel, I talk about things that I find, things that are given to me. Anybody who wants to donate something to the channel, my address, PO box is below, and it's because of my of doing this on a daily basis that I'm able, and also researching. Right, I've done a lot of research. So, for example, I'll show you the brassy plating era website on errorref.com. That's ERROR.REF. That link is also below in the description. And here we got brassy plating, right? Definition. Brassy plated sensor produce are the product of zinc contamination with the copper plating bath. Okay, so so they are talking about zinc cents here. Okay, so you got a 1998 and they're very yellow. Maybe that's why I called it a brassy scent, because it's not plating. So it is plating when you have a zinc, and I do not see people talking about the brassy scent, but it's the same. To me. It's the same concept, meaning that the coin is a different color as a result of probably too much zinc, too much, maybe even tin. The 1964 should not have tin in it though, because tin was in the 1959, 60, and 61. All right. So what do overweight pennies sell for? Um, this is a 43 that's overweight. They want 20,000. This is a 41 that is overweight, and it's a 3.3. So as you see, and it's CDN Exchange, which is a very well-known coin selling store on eBay. So $1,000. This one here is a 3.6 gram. This one's 3.6 gram. It is not. It's not great. Oh yeah, AU 55 brown, almost uncirculated. This one's 4 grams. So this one and the other one obviously are heavier, but they're not. There are some lighter pennies that, well, for example, this one, right? The 3.3, mine's 3.41. And this one, they actually put the, it has 9% zinc, 88% copper, and SN, 3% SN. Let me look up what that is. So I was correct. SN is tin. SN is tin. So, and it looks a little yellower, not as yellow, not nowhere near as yellow as the one I have. Okay, so what's my final determination for this coin? So it's overweight, but it also has, let me pause and we'll go look at the coin again. So it's overweight. It's very gold. It's even beyond yellow. It actually looks golden. And it has a sick type of either a strike error and something really, really weird going on with the metal. I've never seen anything like that before. This is a first, where it looks like it has extra metal, and it's a proof. The grade I'm going to say on this will probably be about 64 or 65, MS64, MS65, maybe 66. I could pay for the conservation, and they will. It's like $20, $30, and they'll clean it for you professionally, so you don't have to clean it yourself and worry about getting a cleaned thing. What do I think it's worth? I'll be honest with you. There's nothing on. You know what? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna look for proof error on eBay and see what some proof errors are selling for. That'll give me a better idea. So if you go to eBay and you look for the sold, right? You go into advanced and you go to sold and you do your search through sold items. You'll see what recently sold of the item you're looking for, right? So I put in proof penny error, and this is what came up, right? All right, let's find something a little bit nicer, nicely toned. Remember, these are sold. So these aren't hypothetical what you can get. This is what they really sold for. All right. And I'm going to look for something that has a, here goes a 67, which I have to be honest with you. It would not surprise me if ours got a 67. It's a 67, 1958. It's not, it does not have an error. It has a case error, which is stupid. And they sold it in auction and it got $10, and that seems pretty cheap. That's why I don't like auctions. 62 double die. Yeah, okay. 70S. Double. The double pinky error. How cool is that? I never seen that before. MS66 is a 2009. And copper pennies, generally speaking, will also sell for more than clad cents will. Type 2 reverse proof hub, $17. Yeah, auctions are not a good idea, especially during times of a recession. Proof error, $20. Okay, look, this one has doubling or tripling. It's pretty cool. $30. DD09. Is that L on rim? $16. I've never seen a. I'm sure they're out there. So I've never seen a MS70 copper penny before. 1955 defective Planchet. 1955, $40. All right, that's getting close to it. I think ours is nicer than that. Some of these are auctions. That's the problem with auctions, you know. Proof type 2 reverse, $80. Now let me tell you, the first thing that popped into my head was like $1,000 for the penny. I'll tell you what, the truth. That's the first thing that popped into my head. Small date, DDO small date. Oh, the 70S, right? Yeah, the 70S is what comes in large and small dates. Okay. 1971 proof 65 red FS 101 in auction, $300. All right, but we're much closer to where I think the value is of this coin if it's graded, and it's gonna have it's probably gonna grade, like I said, a 64, maybe a 65, and I think it's gonna have several errors. It's gonna be overweight, Planchet, and the strike and whatever that thing that's going on around the rim. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. But they would most likely put that down as the type of error it is. All right, then we got this one here for $2,000. All right, see, it's a 1998, so it's a 70. See, the MS70s sell for or proof 70s, whatever. The 70 condition pennies sell for such a premium. I mean, it jumps up. It could jump up thousands of percentages because they're so rare. And this one happens to be the close AM. So again, I'm still going to stick within that. And again, right now, recession, everything's selling cheap. I'm still going to stick within that $1,000 range, even though, maybe in auction it sells for $200. And if I got to grade it with all that other stuff on, all those other qualifications, maybe it sold for $500 or $600. But my analysis of this coin is $1,000 coin in its condition and its weight and its proof and whatever's going on around the edge, which we'll look at one last time. I forgot to shut it off. That's funny.